Hello, happy Friday. Okay, let me see something here. One second, guys. I just realized I forgot to do something. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Thank you for being here, guys. I just forgot to I gotta change the settings on this video real quick. And then we're gonna get into some things. How you guys doing? Let me get into my I always forget this. So funny. Excuse me. All right. I'm almost done. Just gotta put this thing on here. Hopefully it doesn't act a fool. Alrighty. Okay. So, excuse me. Sorry about that. Please bear with me. I still have a cough, so I will try to mute myself when I can. But when I can't, you might hear a little coughing. So I was just watching. I saw that Peace Love had did a video on Bad Vegan, and I actually didn't watch her video yet because I wanted to see this documentary. And child, I'm just hella triggered. I started watching it and I was like, you know what, let me just go live. Let me just go live now. Because I don't know what it was about watching starting to watch that. It just was giving me like let's feel bad for the blonde white woman vibe. And I was just very irritated. I don't know, like sometimes I just think about women of color and the stuff that we go through. And number one, some of the things we go through doesn't get any light shined on it. And on top of that, we're often painted as the perpetrators or aggressors as well. And so I think it's interesting that this woman, whatever it is that she got caught up in, I think it's interesting of how it's starting out to feel very biased. So I don't know if I'm gonna finish watching it. We'll see. And then after that, I'm gonna check out Peace Love's video and see what she thought. But I don't know. I'm not really sure. But if you know what I'm saying and you're watching a replay, just drop down. Let me know how you feel about it. But I just been getting real triggered. There's just certain storylines that I just don't want to be bothered with anymore. I'm tired of that. I also saw before we get into the meat and potatoes, because we're going to talk about a lot of things today. I'm going to talk about this crazy story that I saw. Okay, I came across it on LSA about this medical student. We're going to talk about Jamaican dancehall singer Shenseea. I think that's how you say her name. And we're going to talk about some more Will and Jada drama. So we'll get into a few of those things. But before we do that, you guys might know I did a video about the Ukraine situation probably a couple weeks ago. I think a couple weeks ago. Child, I'm trying to meet these coughs out. And, you know, I already know how I feel about it if you watched the video, if you were in that live. But I came across the article and somebody was talking about the urgency of it and things like that. And that's for me, obviously, I have compassion for what's happening. It's wrong. I don't want to see anybody hurt. So I want to make that clear. And I really hope that this war comes to an end very soon. But at the same time, I really haven't been focused on it because I've read so many articles about how poorly black people are getting treated. And to me, it's just so difficult to it's for me it's like why would I want to focus on a group of people that literally their lives are in danger and they hate other people that don't look like them. Like I just like to me it's not something I want to give my energy to. I'm gonna send you thoughts and prayers. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't wish any bad on people and I want it to end, but I'm not gonna expend a lot of energy. I'm not going to expend all this energy worrying about people who, well, I'm not going to say everybody because I'm sure not every single person over there is like that, but I'm just not going to focus on it. And that's just how I feel. And it might sound cold blooded. And like I said, doesn't mean I don't care about the Ukraine crisis, but that's just where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it. And I don't have any regrets because I, there's so much stuff. Like I went through different quotes of reporters, okay? So many people who are contributing to that narrative. If you haven't gotten a chance, there's this video I posted on my community wall. I think it's a TYT video, but somebody had like say it was Priestess Amun Ra who had uploaded it to her channel, but it's originally a TYT video. And they break it down. And he goes through many examples, many examples of what's happening, who's contributing to that narrative. And so I really encourage you guys to pay attention. Doesn't mean you still can't have compassion for people, obviously. I still have compassion for people, but like I said, my energy around this topic is going to be I'm just going to be more careful about it. So that's how I feel about the Ukraine stuff. If you feel differently, feel free to drop down if you're on the replay. So we're going to get into the stories. Okay. I was super duper shocked when I came across this story, and I couldn't believe it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna wait till more people come. So I'm gonna talk about a different story first, and then before we get into the med student, because I just can't believe that shit. So first of all, right before I came on, I saw that Will Smith had resigned from the Academy, and I'm like, well, what the heck does that mean? Now, many of you might not know, Will Smith he actually won an Oscar that night. He won an Oscar. Okay. And currently, I think the Academy is deliberating as to what they want to do, how they're going to respond, how they're going to retaliate. And so I think this is Will's way of, let me quick do something, okay, before they make a response. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but he resigned from the Academy. Now, I was very confused because I'm like, well, what does that even mean? Some people are saying it means he can't vote. Some people are saying it means he can't be nominated. I have no idea. If you guys know, please write in the comments, because I'm sure more information will come out about it. But I was very confused as to why in the world does Will Smith, why is he talking about he's resigning? Excuse me. And on top of that, nowhere in this article did it say that he was giving his Oscar back. So I'm still confused about what it is. This is his statement. He said, I fully accept any and all consequences for my conduct. My actions at the 94th Academy Awards presentation were shocking, painful, inexcusable. He goes on to say, the list of those I have hurt is long and includes Chris, his family, many of my dear friends and loved ones, all of those in attendance, and global audiences at home. I betrayed the trust of the Academy. I deprived other nominees and winners of their opportunity to celebrate and be celebrated for their extraordinary work. I am heartbroken. He goes on and on and on, but guess what? Thanks. Shout out to people coming in. I'm talking about Will resigning from the Academy. Hey, Mixology. Thanks for being here, sis. How you doing? Happy Friday. I saw you were making your you were canning tomatoes, child. I'm gonna have to listen. I need to get up on game like you because I hate canning, but they come in handy. So it's just crazy. Like, I don't know what this means. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Will resigned from the Academy, whatever the hell that means. Okay. Still trying to figure it out. But anyway, here's a couple things that stand out to mind. The first thing is, I read somewhere that Samuel L. Jackson actually got his first Oscar, and it wasn't even aired because of the bullshit that was happening with him and Chris Rock. And I was like, oh, if I was Mr. Jackson, I would feel very robbed. First of all, Samuel L. Jackson is a phenomenal actor. I can't believe he's never won an award, but this is part of why I don't watch some of these shows, because I don't know, they're pointless to me. Mixology Plus said, happy Friday, about to make tomato pie now. Woo, that sounds good. Happy Friday to you too, love. I was wondering the same thing. Yes, I don't know what it means. It feels like just politics to me, Miss Manny. Like, it just feels like just politics, because I also think he's just trying to get ahead of them. I think that he's worried they could come out and just be like, look, we finna take your Oscar, bro, because you went up there and slapped somebody. So I think this is him trying to get ahead of things. And I don't know if this will actually stop them from doing anything. I don't know if it will stop them from taking it away. If they were going to take it away, I have no idea because they still were deliberating. So we don't know what they're going to do. Now, because they're considering the incident workplace violence, which makes sense. Okay. I already told you how I felt about it. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm not saying I would do it, but I could understand why he snapped. Okay. Even though, yes, you should keep your hands to yourself. Excuse me. I can understand with all the pressure that he's been under in the last year or two and people talking a lot of smack. I think he was just overwhelmed, and that's just how I feel about it. But that being said, it's probably not a good idea to go out and just smack your coworkers when you don't like what they say, because there's consequences. And oh yeah, and if they take his Oscar mixology, yeah, I can totally understand if they do. Okay, remember I was saying in that video they could do disciplinary action. They could decide. I didn't think they would. I didn't think that would be on the table. But as I read more, I'm like, this seems like a likely possibility. Excuse me. So I think this is his way of getting ahead of it and thinking, oh well, if I resign, hey, oh no, hey sis, shout out to oh no, oh my goodness. Okay, sis. So I'm at the edge of my cough here, so I'm hoping this. I'm gonna try to see if I call you this weekend. I've been avoiding my phone calls because it's been this damn cough, girl. It's the last of it. Last of the symptoms. But I don't know. It should be interesting to see what happens with Will Smith. What do you guys think this move is? Him resigning from the academy. What does this mean? Hey, Miss Brown, baby. What the hell does this even mean? Okay. Um, I want to also talk about. Excuse me. I want to also talk about how initially when he accepted his Oscar, he did not apologize to Chris Rock. I think he apologized to maybe the Academy or people there. He didn't apologize to Chris Rock. He apologized the next day. Okay, thank you for being here, Miss Brown Baby. He apologized the next day, and I think it was just after you really think about what you did, I think it really blew up in his face. And I think he was like, oh shit. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought that shit was fake. When I first watched it, I was like, this doesn't even look real. This looks like a skit. Like it looks like when somebody pretends to hit somebody. Hey Zion Movements. Thanks for being here. Happy Friday. Oh no, say yes. I know you've been under the weather. Hope you're feeling better. Thank you, love. I'm trying to get it together. I'm trying to get it together, y'all. So, like I said, I'm sorry for this obnoxious cough. I'm gonna be muting periodically. So if you hear me go out, then that's why, just for a few seconds, and I'll be back. I'll catch it when I can. But at first it looked fake, but then when I saw all of the things that happened after that, I was like, oh, I think this might be real. Because does anybody else feel like they couldn't see the slap connect? Like it just looked like the movies to me. But regardless, it happened. And the more I think about it, even though, like I said, I understand where he's coming from, I think he was just overwhelmed. I feel like if you really think about it, he really went out of his way to walk up the stage and slap Chris Rock. Even though Chris Rock was mad obnoxious, even though he was defending his wife, and I can understand that. If you really break it down, the Academy could take action that they could. I don't know what they're going to do, but excuse me. They could take action because he went out of his way to go slap him. It's not even like they were face to face. Like he had to walk on stage and hit him in front of all these people. So, when you look at it from that perspective, it's like, well, damn, like you were definitely the aggressor, even though Chris Rock was running his mouth. I don't know. I've also noticed, are you guys surprised at how polarizing people's responses are to this situation? Like people are either, there's no middle ground. Hey, Sticks girl. How you doing, love? Happy Friday. I've noticed this is a very polarizing topic. Most people that I've seen are either like, oh yeah, hell yeah, he should have slapped the shit out of him. And then other people are like, oh, absolutely not. I hope they throw the book at him. Okay. People are not, there's no middle ground with this situation. People are not like, they're not towing the line here. They're like, look, hey, Trick Mama, it's good to see all my people. And so I don't know. I got surprised by how intense people are responding. People are actually getting really mad in their feelings about it. And and let me say, because I don't want to sound dismissive, because maybe some of us have experienced workplace violence, right? Maybe for some people it hits them in a different place and they're like, oh hell no. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it triggers people. But the other thing I want to talk about, because I still don't know what him resigning from the academy, Lord of mercy, the academy actually means. I want to talk about how I am very annoyed at people blaming Jada, and we're gonna unpack this. Let me read a couple comments real quick. Oh no said, it's re as all didn't look like it didn't connect. Yes, it didn't look like it connected. It didn't, and I was just like, wait, this looks fake. I had to watch it a few times. I was like, this looks fake to me. I am trying to rest. I'm trying to get this cough under control, Sticks Girl. I'm trying to get this cough under control. I did go back to work this week. I was out all last week and I really needed that rest. So I'm glad to be back. So I was like, damn, I got to come and do a video for people because I've been MIA. I felt so inconsistent with YouTube since getting pregnant, and then on top of that, I got sick. So I'm like trying to come on when I can. So thank y'all for understanding. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for checking on me. I know I'm behind on comments, but I see you guys and I really appreciate people who are checking in on me. Thank you so much. Well, what I saw something else walking with Will to get on that stage. Yeah, Miss Brown baby, you're gonna have to break it down more, honey. Okay, because I'm getting chills reading your comment. Glad you're feeling better. Thank you so much, Trick Mama. Yes, it had gotten me. Excuse me. So, I've been very irritated because I see a lot of people blaming Jada. And here's my thing. Okay, I talked about this in my video about the situation. And I know that a lot of people are still salty about the August Alsina thing with Jada. But here's the thing, guys, it's their relationship. They had an open relationship. And, whatever, like I said, that ain't for me. But if that's what they wanted to do, and if Will was fine with that, then I don't understand. Like, who are we to get mad? Like, I feel like men, especially men with a lot of money and power, they do shit like that all the time. All the time. And I don't think they get the same reaction as a woman who does that. Like, wasn't Will also in a extramarital of not affair because they're in an open relationship, but I think he also had a side piece. So to me, I just don't understand the smoke that Jada is getting. Also, let's be real. Okay, nobody made Will go up there. Well, depends on what you believe, if you believe in conspiracy theories. But I'm just gonna go ahead and say nobody made Will go up on the stage and slap Chris Rock. He did that. He stood up on his 2 feet. He walked up the steps and he slapped that man. Whether he was doing it for his wife, whether he was mad himself, I don't understand how people are turning this around on Jada. She didn't say, go get him, babe. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't. I don't understand. I'm about to read your comments because I'm like, I'm getting mad. I feel like it's very misogynistic. It feels very misogynistic because I don't think men get the same energy when they do this dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? When they step out on their marriage, or when, or sometimes what you hear with some of these rich men is they'll have extra relationships. Okay, they can do what they want, but the woman is still like, she's devoted to him. She don't got no side pieces. It only works one way. So to me, I'm like, guess what? If that's what they want to do, even though it's not for me, okay, like, who are we to judge? And they decide to stay together. It's like people are pissed that they stay together. And I'm like, I feel like we're playing into the misogynistic narrative when we focus on Jada. How are we gonna blame Jada? Did Jada go up there and slap Chris Rock? Did Jada whisper in Will's ear and say, you better go slap the shit out of him? You know what I'm saying? She didn't. I don't understand. Is anybody else frustrated about that? Because I've seen it and it's very irritating. I'm gonna read the comments while I give you guys a chance to respond. Zion Movement said, at pressure, stay hydrated. Other things that help: pineapple juice. Oh, I gotta get me some pineapple juice. Ginger, turmeric tea. I've been hitting that ginger, turmeric, Zion, but stay hydrated. And I gotta confess, I need to do better with staying hydrated. I really need to get it together. So these are excellent tips. Let me start this. Thank you so much, Zion Movements. I need to get on my pineapple juice and my water. Excuse me. I've been hitting that ginger turmeric though. That's one of my favorite teas. I love it. But I need to. I'm gonna drink some more of that. Yes, Charles. So I'm sorry, guys, for this raspy cough. Mixologist said, "Got to take care of your nugget." Yes, I'm trying to take care of your nugget. Thankfully, he's okay. I had my prenatal appointment. He's all good. He's still doing his thing. I'm getting close, so please just keep sending me good vibes and prayers. Thank you so much, oh no. Yeah, it's making me mad. Like, why are y'all blaming Jada? I don't understand. Steve Girl said they're separated for heaven's sake, not that it's right in God's eyes, but it happens exactly. That's the other thing. I didn't even remember that. Thank you, Sticks Girl. I totally forgot about that. I totally forgot that they had taken a break and stuff. And I'm just like, people just be doing the most. Like, y'all act like this your relationship. She gave him that look though. She did. She did. Well, I don't know if she gave him the look, but I saw the look on her face when Chris Rock tried to crack the joke about her hair. She didn't think it was funny. Now, did y'all peep game? Will Smith initially laughed when Chris Rock made those comments. Now, I think it was an uncomfortable laugh. To be fair, I think it was a nervous. You know when people say shit and you don't know what to do with it, and you just laugh. I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of those people. Okay, if like I remember one time, I might have told this story on my channel. I did have a workplace situation. I didn't put my hands on nobody, but I did cuss a bitch out in the staff meeting. And I remember when I talked to my boss about it later, because somebody was being a bully and I was sick and tired of her bullshit. And my boss was like, she said I felt like I was real angry and like a tornado. And she was like, no, you were calm. She was like, you actually were smiling. And I was like, oh, that means I was really mad. If I was smiling when I was angry, that means I was really, really mad. Like, I didn't even realize I was doing that shit when I had said what I said. I was calm. Everybody else told me, they were like, no, you were calm and you had this smile on your face, but you just said like some stuff calmly and then you left. Like I walked out the room because I was like, oh hell no, this is some bullshit. So, like I don't know. Sometimes it gets confusing when you see certain people, because I'm like, wait, but you laughed, sir. You laughed when he said it, and then your face changed. Maybe he saw Jada's face. I don't know. They didn't show the camera angle. And then her face got upset. I don't know if he can see her on the teleprompter. And then he went up there and did what he did. So I'm like, I don't understand what's going on here. Yes, listen. I had a moment. I had to cuss a bitch out at the staff meeting. Okay, Mary was doing too much. She was doing too much. Okay. And I snapped, honey. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't yell. I just said a few choice words and they said I was smiling. That's how I knew I was motherfucking pissed. Pardon my language. I was like, I must have been real mad if I was laughing. Sis, listen. And then listen, I was so mad. I said what I had to say, and then I left. I just left the room. I was like, I need to go walk. I need to walk around the building. Like I was like legit pissed at this person because I was like, oh hell nah, you're not finna bully me. You've been bullying all these people. Not tomorrow, no ma'am. Child, it was crazy. I thought I was gonna get in trouble, and then they were like, "We're so glad you did that. She's been bullying people for years." Why? Listen, let me stay on topic. I don't understand why some people they wait for somebody to say something. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So Will Smith, he laughed. Unless it was one of them laughs like I said, what I do when you're fitting to get it, okay? Then okay. Yes, it was Mary. Mary was on some bullshit, and I had to put that bitch in her place. Okay. And then she did her white woman tears. All right. And I'm not even being racist. I'm being dead ass. Like she really tried it. She tried it with the tears. Okay. And I'm not a crier. If I cry, it's because I'm pissed. And I don't like that about myself. I actually wish I cried more because I think it would be healthier. But if I cry, that means that's a step past the smile. Remember I told you how they said I was smiling when I was saying that stuff? Well, if I'm crying, then you better run because that means I'm fitting to tear your ass apart. Anyway, moving right along. So I don't understand why people are blaming Jada. It's giving me misogyny. It's giving me let's find a way to blame the woman. She didn't smack Chris Rock. He did. Okay. He's not a battered husband. Okay. She wasn't directing him to do anything. This is just how I feel. I'm getting annoyed because I see a lot of people blaming her, and I'm like, he's just defending his wife. You could disagree with the way he chose to respond. I can respect that. I can respect if you're like, nah, he should have kept his hands to himself. And I could also respect if you're like, nah, he should have got the taste slapped out of his mouth. I can understand both perspectives, but the perspective I don't understand are the people blaming Jada. And I don't like it. Trick Mama says she gave him that look though. Misogyny Plus says she didn't have to. He knows her very well. That's true. Now, some people put a one in the chat if you think that Jada is manipulative, because that is where I will definitely say we don't know what happens behind closed doors. Do you think Jada's one of them women? She just got a hold on him, child. Okay, she be sending that sonar. Okay, she be sending telepathic messages. Okay, do you think put a one in the chat if you think that's what's going on? Put a two if you're like, nah, y'all bugging. Okay, he did it. Excuse me. Miss Brown Baby said, well, it looks like something was off with Will. It was like a split of a second when Jada looked all crazy, like something took over him. I don't blame Jada. It was that entity. Miss Brown Baby, not an entity. Y'all are out of control. Let me drink this water before I start my coughing spell. Oh my gosh, Miss Brown Baby, I cannot with you. Honey, she said an entity. Will was his own hype man that night, then strutted off the stage like George Jefferson. Oh no, straight to the corner, sis, straight to the corner. Listen, that imagery is sending me. Sis, you're right. That is exactly what it was giving us. He really did that. He really like got himself up there and then did a little George Jefferson walk. Like, sir, you just slapped the shit out of somebody and then you went and took a seat. I actually do like it felt like, you know, when you don't think, that's what it looked like. If this wasn't stage, it looked like when you just like act and you don't think. And then like I don't think that shit hit him till later, because I didn't even know that Will was nominated. For me, I'm like, well, damn, if I was nominated for something, I'd have been on my best behavior. So he wasn't even thinking. I'm like, sir, like what was going on with you? Sig's girl said, yeah, I think it was crazy. They're blaming her. Me too. But black men have been mad at Jada since that Red Table Talk featuring her. They thought she made Will cry. Oh, see, I haven't. Okay, this is going to sound terrible. How do you watch Red Table Talk? Because I've been trying to watch that. Do you have to have a special service? Because I don't know, like, how people have been seeing this. So, yes, I heard a lot of black men are mad, honey. Right? Oh, no, he did. You are about to black out, sis. I had to excuse myself from the meeting. I was so mad. Mary pissed me the fuck off, man. I said, oh, hell no. Yes, my oldest son does that. He used to get in trouble about that. Yes, I was mad. I was so mad. That laugh was when the entity entered his body. Listen. Listen. Miss Brown Baby is out of control. Cha. She said they jumped spirits. The spirit was in Jada and it jumped to Will, honey. Oh my gosh. Trick Mama said, do you think they were going to take his award away? See, I didn't really think that initially. And then I briefly listened to a video by Sean Davey Way. He's the first person I heard mention it. I didn't know that apparently in the past they have taken away awards. What's his face? The pedo guy, Roman Polanski. They said I don't know, I didn't cross reference this, so please take it with a grain of salt. I think they said they took his thing retroactively. No, they took his after the fact. So I don't know. Apparently they do take back Oscars. I didn't know that they do that. That's obnoxious. Miss Brown Baby, what did you see? Yeah, spill the tea, Miss Brown Baby. Okay. So you guys do think Jada is manipulative. So this is the thing. Let me read this one and then excuse me. At 6, LOL, that spirit, it was a few of them there. Listen, Miss Brown Baby, this is another reason why I don't watch the Grammys and I don't watch the Oscars. Once I peep game, especially them damn Grammys, I think it's a whole ritual and not a good one. Okay. The Grammys, it's next level to me. I started peeping mad stuff and I was like, oh no, you're not finna harvest my energy. Good day. But with Jada being manipulative, so a lot of people are saying yes, they feel like Jada be pulling strings. Okay, so Zion said, listen, she thinks that Jada sprinkled some OBR or something or doing something to Will. I could believe it. Okay, I could believe it. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on in that household. Excuse me, but you know, I know people are mad. They're big mad. I'm not mad because I'm like, hey, to each their own. But at the same time, I could see a scenario where Jada could possibly be manipulating him. Okay, she seemed like she got them powers. Six Girl said, I think he reverted back to that child who couldn't protect his mom. I got chills reading that, Six Girl. That's deep. Something was happening to Will. Stig's girl is making an excellent point here. Something was happening in that moment. I still don't think it was Jada. I don't know what it was. Something was in him, and he was mad, and he went up there and he snatched wigs. Miss Brown Baby said, "I believe you." At Miss Brown Baby, I believe you. No, not free on Facebook. Oh, see, I don't have Facebook. I had deleted my Facebook like a couple years ago. So that's probably okay. That's why I don't have Facebook. Trick Mama said you got to watch it on Facebook. Okay, is it and it's not free? Okay. Stigs, you have that sense too, can sense and see things. People think I'm crazy. I don't think you're crazy, Miss Brown. That's why I asked you. Hey, Kayleen White, how you doing, sis? Excuse me, guys. I don't think you're crazy, Miss Brown Baby. I think people can see that stuff. They can definitely see that. It's not a joke. Six Girls said, I Miss Brown Baby, I call them visitors. Ooh, I definitely see them. Listen, y'all gotta spill the tea. Y'all know. Okay, I definitely believe all that stuff. Miss Brown Baby says, Stiggs, yes, I'm not alone in this post. No, I don't think you're overreacting at all. I definitely could think that. Kenny said, hello, pressure. Oh no, chat. Jada got her kitty cat tail and is driving her crazy. Listen, she got something going on. Okay, she must got, I don't know what kind of yoni oil she using. I don't know what she doing over there, honey, but child, his mind gone. Ooh, child. But yes, something is going down. I wonder though, excuse me, I wonder what that conversation was like in that household after that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, I don't know, like maybe if I felt real, I might have felt slightly excited in the moment, not in a situation like that if my husband did that, but I would be immediately worried. I'm like, he's going to go to jail. I told y'all in the other video, I'm like, unless I was in danger, I don't think I would want my husband to do something like that. I think I can understand, like I said, why he'd be mad, but I feel like I would be concerned that he would get arrested. Okay, because let's keep it real, guys. Let's be real here. Us people with regular everyday jobs and lives that aren't celebrities, there's no fucking way we're doing that shit and going back to our seats and then going home. It's not happening. Okay, that shit is not happening. You're finna get escorted out. Okay, the usher's gonna come, and then the police gonna come. Like, ma'am, yeah, we're gonna put you in a cell tonight. That's what would have happened if you or I did that shit. So that's the thing is, that's why I'm careful with my words. I say I can understand why he would get that mad. That don't mean I would do that shit. Okay, have I wanted to slap somebody before when they say and do certain things? Absolutely. Have I done it? No. I'm the type of person, it's not going to be no laying of hands unless I feel like physically threatened or physically in danger. You got to hit me first for me to decide I'm going to put my hands on you. I don't just go up and pop people. That's never been me. Because if I pop you, I'm going to make sure it's well deserved. I'm not just going to go up and slap you, shot your one box and just because. Like, that's just crazy. That's just not how I was raised, but that's just me. Oh no, I love you long time. Kaylin's hilarious. So that's just me. But like I said, I could understand. And I think that people have been disrespecting the hell out of these people. Okay. For a long time, especially Will. They've been treating him like a punk. Now, here's another thing I want y'all to vote on before we move on. A lot of people were saying stuff like, oh, excuse me, unless Will smacks August, I don't want to hear nothing. Guys, it's a different scenario. Like, I don't think those are the same thing. I don't think it's not like he came home and found August and Jada rolling around in their bed. Like, why would I don't understand. Is it, and maybe I'm being dense here, but I don't feel like that's the same thing. I can understand him being upset and wanting to do something, but it was with Chris Rock, it was about time and opportunity. Chris Rock was within his vicinity saying that shit to his face, and he lost it and he went up there and did what he did. I feel like with August, that would have definitely landed him in jail because it's like was it Meek Mill? Which one of them people had coordinated like a beat down or something? You see what I'm saying? Thank you, Sticks girl. Excuse me. This is so stupid. Was August? No, he wasn't. Thank you. Somebody that makes sense. Thank you. I keep reading this and they're like, if he didn't, but he needs to keep that same energy with August. And I'm like, what are you talking about? August, like Chris Rock was in the same building, in the same place, in the same setting as him, and he reacted and he went up there and did something. With August, he probably would have to drive to August's house or meet him somewhere. Like, y'all not making sense. People are not making sense to me. They're blaming Jada. They're saying that he should have had the same energy for August. And people act like they don't let stuff build up. You know, sometimes stuff will build up. Maybe not all of us. Some of us, we handle things right in the moment. Okay. But you ever had something build up? I remember one time I did not get into a lot of fights when I was younger. Anytime I got in a fight, it was because I was getting messed with. Okay. And I think I got into two, maybe three fights in school. And one of the fights I got into was this girl kept bothering me. She kept bothering me. She kept bullying me. And she made the mistake. I think did she throw a cookie at me? Something. It was something she did. And I snapped. And I unleashed a dragon on her ass. Okay. And now people were like, but all she did was throw a cookie. No, you didn't see when this girl was doing all this other 8 things that she did. This is why she's getting this epic beat down. It wasn't just this damn cookie that she threw at me. It was like 8 other things. So sometimes stuff will build and build and build. This is why I said I had to go to therapy for my anger issues because I did have anger issues. Okay. Y'all think that I just come on here and talk about other people, but I keep it real. I tell y'all my struggles too. I had to get my anger stuff in check because I got mad. The girl threw a cookie and I threw a chair at her because I was like, bitch, you've been bothering me all day. Leave me alone. And so sometimes things build and build and build and build. And unfortunately, I think that Chris Rock was just at the end of the buildup. Okay, I heard that Laverne Cox had said stuff to them on the red carpet. I don't know when that was, but Laverne Cox had said something like, oh yeah, we want to hear more about the entanglements. That's rude. People are rude. Like, I can understand joking and stuff about certain things, to yourselves or with other people that you know. Don't say that shit to people. Would you really do that to somebody in real life? You would see them at the store and be like, yeah, girl, I heard, I heard that you was messing with so and so and the person's partner's there. Like, what? That's crazy. I don't understand people. Like, they just do too much. People just be doing too much. And that's Chris Rock's second time attacking her during the Oscars. Sticks, girl, I heard that. See? Child. Trick Mama said, August gives me that big dick energy. Yep, girl. Listen, this is the reason why Jada has seemed sprung. Now, one thing I would say, Trick Mama, here's where I think was messed up. I do think Jada was doing too much, talking about Tupac was the love of her life. I think that's hella disrespectful. Because if you think about it, even the people who have open relationships, I don't think they'd be declaring they love for like long lost loves and stuff. Like, usually they have agreements and things. Now, I don't know because I never been in one and I ain't never gonna be in one. Okay. But I felt like Jada has that. That's one thing I will give to people who are Jada bashing. Jada been doing too much as it relates to Tupac. Like, girl, you're married and Tupac is dead. Why do we need to know? Why do we need to know these deep, dark secrets? Like, that's hella disrespectful. I don't know. That's just how I feel. Okay. If my husband was out here talking about yeah, oh my gosh, I really wanted to be with this person. They're dead. And they were the true love of my life. Tamara ain't shit. She's just my second best. Like, that shit is not okay. I think she was wrong. Zion said Jada and Will both have an arrangement with August. Lord have mercy. I don't put it past him. Exactly. He's not going to slap August. Sis Girl said, Will tired of all the shit. Yes, he is. He's tired. He's keep his wife's name out your fucking Oh my gosh. Sis Girl, this took me out. I cannot with y'all. Ooh, child, you are the pressure cooker. Yes, listen, Stinks Girl. I had to go sit on somebody's couch, honey. Okay. After them fights, I was like, okay, I gotta, I also had some childhood stuff going on. But yes, I was a builder. I was one of those people. My anger issues was the type that built and built and built. This is why I try to be honest. If there's things I can like brush off, I brush it off. But if it's something that I can't let go, I always go to the person and I always try to address it because, child, Otherwise, it would be building and building, and then the pressure cooker goes off. So, I've really tried to work on that over the years because, baby, them anger issues ain't pretty, child. They ain't pretty. And it's just anger can make you feel powerful. It can make you feel. This is why sometimes when I watch people go off on here and act a damn fool, I'm like, oh no, said his family has been taken for a joke. Jada messing around, Willow is Polly, and Jaden doesn't know if he wants to do kung fu or Tyler the Creator. Yes, I did notice that. I noticed that. Oh no. That is actually a really good point. Oh my goodness. Like their kids are all over the place. I think Will wanted respect again, but it backfired. Damn. Damn, that's deep. And you know what, sis, you're right, because he shouldn't be seeking respect through violence, and that was his mistake. He played himself hard if that's what he was doing. He played himself hard. Six said kung fu or Tyler, I cannot. It's true though, it's true. And I'm like, wait, do y'all remember that video? There was a song that Will and Jada did together. It was real cute. In my mind, I'm like, this is when their family was really wholesome. That's just how I think about it. And their kids were really young, and they did this really lovey-dovey video. And then a few years later, I'm like, well, damn, what happened to your kids? They didn't got turned out. I don't know. Hollywood. Anyway, Sis Girl said, what did she say? Wait, did she say that? Oh, say what? Hey, Nikki, I'm behind y'all. The only thing I disagree with Will is open hand slap Chris Rock when he should have backed it. Listen, Kayleen said, honey, it was not humiliating enough to slap that grown ass man in the face. He should have gave him the back of his hand. And then, and this is why I said, I'm going to keep it real. I do, like I said, initially I was like, yo, I stand with Will. People do too much, and Chris Rock been annoying and terrorizing them for years, okay? And even though it may not have been the best move, I understand the move. I understand it. Anybody that, I don't know. I'm just gonna be real about it. We all have our things. We all have our breaking point. Stig's laughing my ass off. I can't with them. They're strange. Yes, it's very weird. It's very, very weird. Nikki, Kenley, I feel you, sis. Yeah. And it's like, I'm not going to backpedal on that because I'm like, it's just too much. Oh, no, sir. I think the video was, yes, just the two of us. I love that video. Maybe I'm a sap, but I love that video. But I don't know. I wish them well, child. I don't know if y'all if Jada over there doing some root work on Will, honey. I don't know. But I kind of feel like a lot of those people do stuff. And it's not the good type either. I feel like a lot of those people that be up in high places, they be doing some little sprinkle, but that's just my 2 cents. Nikki Baby said, right? We all have our moments. We do. We all have our moments. So that's part of why I'm like, even though that was probably the worst time for him to have done that, literally he just sabotaged his own like celebration. I can understand why he would have been mad and snap, guys. I can understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And then, you know what else? Let me read Stig's comment, and I'm going to say this real quick and move on. Stig said, I wonder if there was tension in the past. Probably. Nikki said, but I'm not God, but maybe Will and Chris will be close. I think they'll make up, Nikki. I think that this is something that I don't know why, but I feel like they're going to be fine in the future. I don't think this is a to the dirt type thing. That's just me personally. I don't. This is not even really Will's character. So I think once it blows over, they're gonna be cool. I'm not saying they're gonna be besties or anything, but that's just how I feel about it. Then there was all these people coming out talking about they was traumatized and shit. And let me think about how I want to say this, because I'm supposed to be a whole trauma therapist. I'm just gonna call bullshit. This is just my opinion, okay? I'm going to call bullshit because Hollywood gets into a lot of stuff. We're not going to unpack it here because it'll shut down my video. Okay. So first of all, Amy Schumer is always inserting herself into stuff, talking about she was traumatized. And then we got Stephen A. Smith and his respectability politics and just a whole bunch of stuff. I don't think these people were traumatized. I don't. I'm like, it was probably shocking, but traumatized? You act like somebody came and sprayed the damn audience with a Uzi. You were probably shocked. Now, if you went up there and slapped a woman, maybe this is my own bias, but that would have been, I think for me, that would have been traumatizing. Okay, but it's just I don't know. I think people just do too much. They just I'm like all the stuff y'all be getting into. Get the fuck out of here with that. I'm not buying for a second that you're traumatized by this shit. Shocked, yes. Stop it. Like Nikki Baby said, Sticks Girl, yes, go on my community wall. LOL, they have a long history from what I saw. Okay, I'm gonna check it out, Nikki. Yeah, check out Nikki's community wall. Mixology Plus, I believe it was a ritual. Yes. And I actually at first I didn't think that Mixology Plus, but I'm starting to believe that now. Because one thing I've noticed is that I feel, and I'm not talking about regular people being traumatized. I'm talking about the Hollywood people, by the way. I want to make that clear because them Hollywood people, I'm just not going. I don't believe it. Um, Child. Oh, the ritual part. Yeah, I didn't think it was before, but I'm starting to believe that. Sometimes I feel like also, does anybody else feel like this is a distraction? Now, I read something a few days later that said, I think it was the day of or the day after, and Biden was pretty much like announced that there was going to be possible food shortages and stuff and gas problems because of the stuff happening in the Ukraine and just kind of like flippantly said the shit. But a lot of us were caught up talking about Will and Jada and Chris Rock. And it's like, that's pretty serious. Y'all remember I did a community post. Some of y'all might not remember, but I did a community post before the stuff with Ukraine popped off, even though we knew it was imminent to some degree. You're welcome, love. I told y'all that I had been noticing some weird distracting headlines. And then all of a sudden, everything shifted to Ukraine. Do y'all notice? I don't know about you, but in my province, they stopped updating the COVID numbers. They don't report anything. Before, you couldn't live and breathe without seeing a damn COVID report. Okay? And it was just fear, 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 which is real. It's very, very real. I want to make that clear. I'm not one of those people who think it's fake and stuff, right? And then now, you got to look for what's happening as it relates to your country and Corona. So do you see how they control the narrative? Now they just want us to talk. They just want us focusing on Ukraine. There's no more COVID. It's gone. No, it's not. That shit is not gone. And all of a sudden, you can't find no news articles. It's all Ukraine. I'm just saying, y'all gotta watch, pay attention, because they be trying to distract you. They be trying to distract you. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Nikki said, "If I'm not traumatized because things happen in life." Exactly. But another note, I don't know Will mental health at the time because y'all know that Jada and that singer boy. Yes, and that's what we were saying, Nikki. We were saying how I think his state of mind just wasn't good. Who knows what's going on with him? Because he snapped. He snapped, honey. Six Girl said, "Let me say it for you. Fox ass wasn't trauma." I'm gonna slowly read this. Sticks Girl said, "Let me say it for you. If Fox ass wasn't traumatized by Donald Trump, let's say it right, Donald Trump, I love that, and all of his shenanigans, get the heck out of here." I'm just gonna do a little slow cap because she's absolutely right, and this is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying. Just like people, I went off on a little mini rant in my other video with Black people talking about, oh, it's gonna make us look like savages, and y'all gotta stop playing into those narratives. I threw myself under the bus, like, oh yeah, don't be acting up in front of these white people. There were times in my life that I used to think like that, but I'm like, they do a whole bunch of crazy foul shit. Shall we unpack history? Now, I'm not saying all of them. I'm just saying, as a collective, they've done a lot of savagery and evil shit. So why is it that Black people are going to play into that narrative? And like everything has to be racialized as though we don't get angry. Okay? You don't think white people get in fights at the bar? You don't think they snap? You don't think, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, we have to be careful about the narratives that we play into. This is why I posted a couple videos this week. One was from Houston Bread. It was a phenomenal live. If you didn't watch it, go watch it. Okay, she said some deep shit. One of my favorite quotes in there, she said, people act like if they act good, they won't be a victim to racism. And I'm probably like butchering it, but it's something along those lines. That joint hit me in my spirit. Okay, go watch Houston Bread's video. Another video was Tiffany's coffee rhetoric video. She broke it down. Okay, we have to unlearn a lot of those things as not just Black people, people of color, because people of color a lot of us have to deal with a lot of that respectability politics. And like I said, I have also fallen into that trap at times, and I have thought some of those things at times, but I'm moving away from that. Stop letting people define who you should be. And me, anger is a real emotion. That don't mean you should be going around slapping people. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should go around slapping people, but I'm going to keep it real and say people have feelings, people have emotions. And why does it have to be racialized? Why is it that we can't do things? You know what I'm saying? And people don't have no compassion. This is just what I have to say. Because I feel like there's a lot of people with that narrative. Just give me 1 second, guys. I gotta go blow my nose. But that's just what I have to say about that. I just we have to be careful of the narratives that we're repeating. Let me know, sis. Zion said at the end of that ceremony, he raised an empty, mindless statue, the Oscar, a mirror of himself that night, a mindless statue. Zion, ooh, child, listen, that's actually giving me more ritual vibes because I said, what did this man have to do to get to this point? That is deep. That's so deep. All that for a piece of metal, honey. Mixology Plus said, okay, pies are in. I can chat better now. Yes, Mixology Plus is making her tomato pies. Chick Mama said, yeah, you hardly ever hear of it anymore. No. They're saying Chris showed sellout. Yes, he did. He capitalized off of that shit. Forgive and forget. I think they'll move on from it. They do all kinds of ish. Exactly. Back Hollywood not that big either. No. And so it's just I'm just tired of that. We have to be careful about these narratives. So I'm gonna read these two more, then we're gonna move on. Child, they snap and kill their families, snap and shoot up schools, facts, snap and storm the Capitol, double facts. Okay, can't take them nowhere. And this is what I'm saying. Everything Sticks Girl just said is facts, but yet we play into this narrative about how we have to be good black people and we can't be angry and we can't have emotions. Like that shit is ridiculous. It's damn ridiculous. Okay. And I'm not going. Nikki Baby said, I definitely learned from my mistakes. For real, it's life, but we'll better not hit anybody else. Oh, I bet he won't, honey, or he will go to jail. I bet he won't. Mixology said, when given his speech, peep the background and the hand symbol. See, I hadn't even, you know what? I'm so tuned out from the Oscars, y'all. All that my messy ass only watched the slap video. I didn't even watch his acceptance speech. Nikki said, Six Girl, speak on it. She's absolutely right. She's absolutely right. Zion Movement said, in corporate, black women often bend their branches to be accepted or to not come across as the angry black woman. Facts on facts on facts. This is 200% facts right here. Okay. Absolutely. And that could be a whole live within itself. Absolutely. You don't know, you better ask somebody. She's absolutely right. And this is what I'm saying. Yes, sometimes you feel like you got to play the game. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and lie. But at the same time, you got to push back against those narratives. Okay? Like I remember when me and one of my best friends was talking one day, and we were talking about how at different points in our lives we were joking about how, like, if we're around certain white people in our past, like, do you feel like you change the tone of your voice? Not that you change how you talk, but because there's this misconception that we're aggressive as black women. We were talking about that shit. It was real. And it's like, those are things we have to pay attention to and we have to decondition ourselves out of. Maybe some of us were lucky we never were doing that, but it's just things like that. It's like when I look back, I'm like, yo, she's right. And we talked about that and we were laughing because we're like, oh, this is crazy. Because if not, people start clutching their purses and their pearls and stuff. Don't do it. Tiffany talked about this in her video. She said, stop living life she's under the white gaze. That joint was deep. And then she had also talked about like other gazes, but that joint is mad deep. Okay. A lot of us need to be free from that because it gets in our head because of how much we experience racism overt and covert. And it's just, Nikki Baby said, I refuse to fit in when I know my work is good and legit. We can work together or I'll build my own. Facts, sis. Nikki. you need to bottle that and sell it, honey, because it's just I love it. I love what you're serving. Okay, so we're gonna transition here because y'all know I could talk about this, but I just wanted to talk about like the polarization that I see with this topic. So I'm going to comment on the conspiracy theories. If you look real hard, his right hand tucked inside the front of his pocket, that's also Illuminati stance. I'm gonna have to go back and watch his speeches, guys, because I missed a lot of stuff. I missed a lot of stuff. I'm gonna need to go out, but I can totally believe it's a ritual. I'm starting to peep game with a lot of these things. This is another reason why I stopped watching some of this shit. Because I said, anyway, that's for another video. Child, let's see what we're going to talk about next. Okay, we're going to save the light story, the fart story for the end. We can end on a good note. Okay. So, I read this and I was shooketh. I said, Lord have mercy, what's going on here? What is going on here? I'm passionate, not angry. I deal with that ish in different settings. Often it's frustrating. I have a commanding spirit and make no apology for it. And I'm with Zion. I've always been like that. I remember growing up in a Pentecostal church and all the girls wanted to be soft and talk like this. And they didn't want to challenge none of the men. And I've been like, when I look back, I'm like, yo, I've been on and popping, okay, with my attitude. And I've been passionate. I love that word. I've been passionate since I was younger. And it was like, I used to feel like I had to try to fit in, and it didn't work. It just didn't work for me. It just didn't work. And I just started being myself. And then I tell you, it feels so fucking good. Okay. It felt so fucking good. There's nothing that beats being yourself and being your authentic self. And then when you learn, people can kiss your ass if they don't like you, if they think, you're just too tough, you're too strong of a woman or whatever. That just means you're weak. Bye, sir. I'm not interested. Good day. And so I just learned to decenter certain things. Like I know I know there's a difference between being assertive and aggressive. And I stopped seeing myself as being aggressive, or learned what is really aggression. And then I celebrated my assertiveness. Okay. Yeah, I had to like refine some of my edges, but it was like, yo, like, be passionate. Don't let anybody try to tell you who you should be and be. Nah, be yourself. It's boring when you try to be like other people. Okay. And if you're a fiery person, like Zion is talking about, that shit ain't going to work anyway. It's going to come out because that is who you are. Listen, I looked at my natal chart. It's, even though I'm a Virgo, I'm a Virgo moon, I got mad fire in my chart, mad fire energy. It makes a lot of sense to me now. Okay. So all that little cutesy stuff, it ain't going to work. Okay. It's just not. Anyway, let me stop my little rant here. We're going to transition to the next story. And I read this today on LSA, baby. I couldn't believe this shit. See, my lazy ass should take a picture of this girl. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to describe it. When you hear this, you're child. Listen, okay. So there's this med student. Now, keep in mind, I'm gonna give you the raw details. You can go check out the article. She's a North Carolina medical student. She's a trans activist. Okay, and she is in her 4th year at Wake Forest University School of Medicine, which means this young woman was about to graduate. Okay, she's probably in residency. I don't know. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that means she was in residency or she's about to get placed, whatever it was. Okay, I'm going to read y'all this. Hold on to your hats. Okay, now, woke North Carolina medical student who is a trans rights activist brags about deliberately injuring patient who mocked her her pronoun badge by missing his vein, so he had to get jabbed twice. I'm gonna read you what happened. Okay, I'm gonna read you what happened. I'm not in the screen, so I can't see your comments right now. Okay, so this girl, okay, her name is Kychelle del Rosario. Now, when you look at the picture, she looks like a woman of Asian descent. I'm thinking she's Filipino because I know sometimes they have Spanish last names. She seems like she would be a Filipino descent to me. Okay, beautiful young woman. Now listen to what this dumb heifer wrote on just listen to this. I'm gonna read this to y'all. I had a patient. I was doing a blood draw on see my pronoun pin. So she had on a pronoun pin that said she, her, because she's a trans activist, okay? And loudly laughed to the staff. She, her. Well, of course it is. This is what the patient said. What other pronouns even are there? It. So Naturally, the medical student was frustrated. Now we're going to unpack all this. Now we're going to read what she said she did. She said, I missed his vein, so he had to get stuck twice. Then she put a blowing her nose emoji. Lord of mercy. Since then, okay, her post was deleted, but it didn't save her ass. They reported her. Okay, she has been removed from that site. She no longer has direct access to patients. This is a fourth year medical student. I want you to get this through your head. She just threw all her shit away with pettiness and a dumb social media post. People chat too damn much. Hey, Mimi. Oh, so this is your season, mixology. This is your season. This dumb girl. There's so many things that's wrong with what she did here. First of all, excuse me. I think it's cool that she is an activist for the trans community. I think it's cool that she had her little badge that said she, her. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're a professional, we all have to deal with foolala. Okay. If this patient said some stupid, ignorant shit, you could have ignored the patient. You could have just gently said, these are my pronouns. Yes. But honestly, that's something I would just ignore, because you have to know when people are trying to troll you and they're trying to get you off your game. You think I don't have clients that say homophobic stuff and I just redirect their comments or I ignore them? It depends on the context. Or, you know what I'm saying? And I've had clients say some things that are racist, and then I will redirect them. It may not be towards Black people, but you ain't gonna get away with race. You ain't gonna talk about indigenous people in my office, and I'm gonna let you get away with it. I'm not gonna snap on you, but I'm gonna try to bring some education and redirection. Okay? No, this woman, who is a fourth year medical student, decides that she's gonna juke the person twice. She said, oh, I'm gonna miss his vein. Okay, I'm gonna let you feel that pain. Oh, but we didn't stop there. What do we have for her, Johnny? A new car. This dumb bitch got on social media. Let's see. Let me go back to this article and see what she did up on. I can't tell because I'm just I don't know if it's Twitter. What is wrong with people? These people are dumb. I'm telling y'all, they're not making them the same no more. They are dumb as hell. We all do stupid shit. We see stuff pop off in the beef sector. We know people, but some of these people don't got nothing to lose. They don't got no jobs. Okay. This woman is a fourth year medical student. You know, even if she got scholarships, I know this girl got some debt. I know this girl probably got some student loan debt. So you mean for telling me, say you're gonna throw all of that away because of some pronouns? The lady's not even trans, yo. Like, it's just so crazy. This is so inappropriate. This girl, she missed his vein so that he had to get stuck twice, and then this dummy came on here and bragged about it. Unethical. That's like me saying, I'm finna change this. I don't like this client. They said some crazy shit. I'm gonna change their diagnosis. I'm gonna report them for so like what? Like, I can't even think of anything because it's not something I would do. Like, I can't even think of how can I intentionally hurt a client. Literally, one of our tenets of our ethics is do no harm. Do no harm. This is why if somebody said, I'm gonna go kill Sally tomorrow with a blade, I gotta report it. I gotta actually reach out to that person, because if them kill Sally, guess who they coming for? Guess whose door they knocking on? Okay. Do no harm. Duty to warn. But and doctors have similar oaths. Okay. she listen. She really got her feelings. She really got in her feelings and threw it all away. And juked somebody twice with the needle and bragged about it, y'all. I want y'all to get this through your head. Okay? They removed her ass, okay, from working directly with patients. Excuse me. Let me see what the other T. Okay, is here. Okay. The medical school acknowledged online that it was aware of the incident, saying the student's tweet does not reflect how Wake Forest University School of Medicine treats patients and provides patient care. We are taking measures to address this with the student. Since then, Rosario has scrubbed her social media accounts. It is unclear if any disciplinary action has been taken against Rosario, as the university did not immediately respond to Daily Mail's request for comment. Child, listen, we're going to get into it. Okay. Now, like I said, I'm going to commend Miss Del Rosario for her advocacy. This is not how you advocate for people. Okay? This is not how you advocate for people. Okay? You're trying to bring awareness to a marginalized group by doing dumb shit. Girl, you know what this is giving me? It's like them people who just be messy. I'm going to support Black Lives Matter. I'm going to go burn this building down, even though I'm not black. And then it's going to really bring some change. Meanwhile, who's getting blamed for that shit? Who's getting blamed for that? Rashawn. Not Derek. Rashawn is. Okay? That is dumb. This lady is dumb. 4th year medical student. Now, I'm going to tell you what's probably going to happen to her. She's probably going to get kicked out of her program. And even if she's allowed to finish, who is going to, they probably going to rescind. Let's say she had a residency lined up. They probably going to rescind that shit. Okay. Who is going to want to give her a placement? What employer, after her name has been plastered all over the internet saying that she did this and that she willfully did this? Who's going to want to hire her? This lady just ruined 4 years of her life. Well, probably more than that. She just ruined her life because she decided to be an idiot. She decided to be unethical. And then she decided to post that shit to the internet. People stay snitching on themselves. Don't be a victim of that. This is the dumbest shit I read in a long time. Okay? It's stupid as hell. And the nerve of her to brag about it. Like, it's bad that she did it, but she bragged about it. Let me tell you something. I'm a hard stick. Okay, for years, I didn't know that this was a thing. Like, I would go to get blood drawn, and I'm used to getting poked a bunch of times. Because they said my veins are deep. And I was like, damn, I never even did drugs and stuff. What if I was a heroin addict? What if I had did other stuff? Because when people be doing intravenous drugs, I think their veins are hard to find. And I was like, why? I was like, why is this so hard? And they were just like, some people's veins are just deep. My veins act up all the time. So now what they do is they give me a heat pad. Every time I go in, I just have to ask for one. And then I'm fine. I get stick once and I'm good. But so for me, I'm like, oh, she stuck him twice. It's not that big of a deal. But then I'm like, no, you're intentionally doing harm. Like, that's actually considered harm because you did it on purpose. She did that on purpose, guys. What do you think should happen to this young woman? Or what do you think will happen to her? Now, if this was you or your family member, how would you feel? I'm going to read these comments while you guys. Mimi's driving. Yes, I was shook it. I said, why? She is dumb as fuck. I'm going to feel sorry for her, whatever happened to her. Because there's dumb and then there's just ultra dumb. I'm glad they got her before she killed someone out of anger. I'm going to leave this up here for a few minutes. Kayleen White just made an excellent point. See, this is the reason why I don't think this young woman is going to get any further in her medical career. Because it's an extra stick today and it's some extra medication tomorrow. What Kayleen is saying is spot on. This is not just a dumb mistake. This woman could be somebody who potentially kills people later. You have to understand, I'm not trying to be scary. When I look back I've had guidance counselors. I look back at people in my life and I think of the stupid shit that they say that they didn't say to the next person. And if I had to listen to them, how could it have altered the course of my life? I've literally remember a guidance counselor saying to me, I want to take the PSATs. Okay. And I remember one of my friends who was white at the time was telling me, oh yeah, I'm going to take the PSATs. Da, 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 da. And I was already planning to take it. So I talked to my guidance counselor. She was like, oh, talk to your guidance counselor. He'll set it up or whatever. So I went and talked to my guidance counselor. I don't even remember his name. And this man said, well, why do you want to do that? Now, keep in mind, I was a good student. Okay. And even if I wasn't, why the fuck would you say that to somebody? It wasn't like I was struggling. And he was like, why would you want to do that? Da, da, da. And it was like he was surprised that A, I wanted to take the pre-SATs, and 2, that I want to go to college. It was very weird, guys. Very weird. Of course, he was white. So anyway, I remember, I will never forget that. I don't remember what grade I was in. I was in high school. But I will never forget that shit because that's one of my very not first moments, but that was a very vivid memory in my mind of somebody being racist. But they didn't have to call me the niggas. That was very clear. You have to understand that people in certain positions have a lot of power. Okay? They got a lot of power. And for young minds, for minds that are still developing, that are highly impressionable, they can do a lot of damage. And this is what this man said to me. Did I listen to his dumb, raggedy ass? No, I did not. Okay. Thank God I didn't. I still went ahead and took the motherfucking PSATs. Yes, I did. Okay. And I remember talking to the one friend who was white, and I said, I talked to Mr. So-and-so. What did he say to you when you told him you was taking the PSATs? We're in the same classes. We were in the same classes and all that shit. She was like, oh yeah, he gave me the dates and all this stuff. She was mad chipper. And I said, this motherfucker, this has to be racism. There was absolutely no reason why this man would have said that shit to me. He just saw me as a black girl. Okay, I had the audacity to want to do something for myself. And I said, what the fuck is this? Y'all better watch your kids, because there's some evil ass people in suit and ties that have influence, just like this woman, okay, who is in her white jacket, her white doctor's jacket, okay, and is a fourth year med student, looks very pretty, and is a person of color too, which is sad, but is out here already abusing her power, and her job is supposed to be to help heal people. She's sitting up here talking about I'm gonna poke somebody twice. What happens when she intentionally gives them the wrong medication? What happens when she injects a little? Yes, it aggravates me. It's crazy. And I'm telling you, I will never forget this story. This is the kind of stuff that makes me, I'm gonna be vigilant with school. There's so many times I can tell y'all stories. I remember we had changed. This is in New Jersey. I was living in like it was a more diverse county, and then for whatever reason my parents moved, and I will never forget, they were trying to strip me of the advanced classes that I was in. They was coming up with all kinds of reasons. Well, you can't take this, we already started the school year. But ma'am, I was already taking this course in my old school, and it's a better school than yours. Okay. And I will, like, there's been so many attempts. I see how teachers and principals and fucking guidance counselors will try to keep you down. I'm not the only one. Some of y'all probably got those stories too, or know about people who that's happened to. What if I wasn't motivated? What if I wasn't driven? What if I wasn't like, oh, hell no, I'm going to do what I want? And you decide to listen to somebody to keep you down. People abuse their positions. They abuse their positions, guys. You have to look out for that. Be careful. It's the same thing with my field, okay? Literally, we're supposed to do no harm. Now, do we make mistakes? Absolutely. I'm not saying I'm perfect. Okay, I'm not saying there's not things I've learned in my career. I'm not talking about honest mistakes. I'm talking about people who willfully abuse their power. Okay? Totally unacceptable what this woman did. And I'm going to keep an eye on the story because I want to see what happens to her. This is crazy, and she bragged about it. Matter of fact, that sounds a little antisocial personality disorder for me, because aren't they the ones that don't got no remorse when they do shit? They do stuff and they just have no, like, you had time to think about it. You had time to think about it. You know what I'm saying? This is like in restaurants where you hear stories about people getting mad because people send their food back and they spit in your food. You gotta be careful. Anyway. Mixology Plus said I cannot. Zion Movement says I swear social media has made most people dumb, super dumb. If you did it, why post it? That's what I'm saying. She had a chance to redeem herself. Learn from your mistake, but no, you had to go brag about it. You were a fourth year medical student. Child. So dumb, so aggravating. But anyway, I want to share the story with y'all because I said this girl really just did herself in. She really ruined her life. Okay. And social media is just a drug and a demon. And be careful. You got to be careful what you say. It's not just about doxing and stuff. There are people on here. Okay, you never know who's listening. And even if you don't never know who's listening, stop coming on here. I'm not talking to y'all in the chat because I know y'all don't do this dumb shit. But it's going to probably bless somebody else. There's people that come on here and they stay self-snitching about stupid shit. Stop it. Okay? Maybe you don't know better. But listen to the person who does, okay? Somebody may come in your comments and be like, oh, this is probably not a good idea. It's like, I don't understand how people are so dumb. Why would you do an evil? This is crazy. But anyway, that's that story. We're going to talk about one more story, okay? It's about a Jamaican dancehall artist. And her name is Shenseea. Now, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name. I never heard of her before this, okay? And she is an artist. I'm going to tell you what happened to Shenseea. Ciao. Okay, this one is, I thought it was funny. Okay, so Shenseea got hospitalized after holding in gas around her new rapper boyfriend. Apparently, Shenseea, okay, had some really bad gas and she got a new boyfriend and she didn't want to fart around him. So she held it in. She held it in for a long, long time, guys. So much so that Shenseea woke up at 4:30 a.m. with severe stomach pains and ended up in the hospital. Okay. And then she said, but I'm doing better now. The doctor says it was just an accumulation of trapped farts. If you got to go to the hospital because you didn't want to fart, whatever happened to going to the bathroom, excusing yourself? Like, if you're really one of those people who, okay, I don't want to fart around my partner, just go to the bathroom. Just excuse yourself. She, like, do you know how long you have to hold a fart in that you are in debilitating pain to the point that you got to go to the hospital? It's not a short period of time. Trust me. Okay. Now, here's the thing that really got me. See, because I think this is tea. Okay. Not only did, she's fine now, whatever. I don't know. They must have given her stuff. This really stood out to me. She said, I'm not really greedy, but I ordered jerk chicken. Now, this is the meal she had. I'm going to read it again. I want y'all to hear what she had. Okay. Okay. I want y'all to hear what she had. She said, I'm not really greedy, but I ordered jerk chicken, oxtail, curry roti, and stew peas and pigtails, Shenseea said. After I finished eating the huge meal, I had black rum cake for dessert, which I washed down with a glass of peanut punch and a can of suppligin. Oh, I'm gonna break this down. Y'all gonna get your lies. Wait till I explain what some of this stuff is if y'all don't know. So this has really had me scared of farting around my boo, especially since we have only been dating for a few weeks. Shenseea, you a greedy ass bitch, okay? In my culture, we call that crib. See, Zion movements already peep game. This is my favorite part about that whole damn paragraph. This woman said, I'm not really greedy. You not only are you greedy, you're crib. That's what we say, you're a crib. Okay? But I'm going to tell you why she crib. Okay, and they had the nerve to preface it by saying, I'm not really greedy. Bitch, you had this motherfucking gas not because you held it in, because your ass was greedy. Okay, I'm going to read y'all. Jerk chicken, oxtail, curry roti, stew peas, and pigtail. First, let's start with the jerk chicken. Now, if y'all don't know nothing about Jamaican cuisine, unless you're a Rasta, okay, and you eating Ito only, this is some heavy ass food. Jamaican food, especially if it's meat, the joint is heavy. Okay. You don't need a lot of it, and you certainly don't need multiple dishes. Now, at the holidays, there's multiple dishes that serve. That's the only time I be having mad different types of foods, because we just go all out at the holidays. But I have a little bit of I can't even say everything because I just be tapped out, because our food is heavy. Okay, Caribbean food is heavy sometimes. Like I said, unless you're talking about vegetables or something like that, that joint is mad heavy. Okay, now I'm gonna break it down for y'all. Jerk chicken. That's probably, of all of the things here, that's probably the lightest thing that Shenseea had. Oxtail. I made oxtail last night for dinner. I usually eat oxtail with rice and vegetables. Okay? And I am super duper full. Oxtail is a heavy ass meal. Even though it's a meat that has a lot of bone, that joint is heavy. The oil is like, if y'all ever had oxtail, put a one in the chat if you've had oxtail. Okay? Now, oxtail is a heavy ass meal. This is not something you get up and you eat every day. You don't just get up and eat oxtail, right? This lady had oxtail and jerk chicken, but it didn't stop there. Then she said she had curry roti. Curry roti could be a whole meal by itself. And then Tabo said she not greedy. But wait, then she continued and said, listen, baby. She said she had stew peas and pigtail. Now, some of y'all might not know what this is unless you're West Indian. Okay, thank you, Zion Movement. See, I knew Zion Movement had some oxtail. Pigtail stew that joint is super heavy. It's pork. It's literally like pig foot. It's delicious. Now, some of y'all might be like, this is gross, but this is stuff that I grew up on. The joint is mad good. I never made it myself personally. And listen, I miss my mama's food so much because it's stuff that I make on my own, but it's just some things that I don't even know where I would get that here anyway. To cook it, child, she ate good. Listen, ain't nothing wrong with eating good. I just want to show y'all. This is a whole bunch of mix up, as we say in the crib. This is a whole bunch of mix up. And then top was say, greedy. You had stew peas and pigtail? Girl, I couldn't listen. I would probably be able to eat 2 of these things, and it would have to be small amounts of each. It's not no big ass place. She had all this stuff. But it gets better. She said she have black rum cake. First of all, this woman is living high on the hog. Yes, oxtail is expensive as hell. That's because, let me stop. I'm about to say something. I was about to say all the white people taking the oxtail. Let me stop. God forgive me. Anyway, child, listen. She said she had black rum cake. Do you know what black rum cake is? First of all, I only eat that shit at Christmas. My mom makes it, and I eat like a slice a day. That joint is like 800 calories a slice. It has fruits that has been soaking in alcohol, and then they pour rum or wine on top of it. The joint is dense as fuck. Like you can literally have a slice of black cake and it's a meal because of how dense it is. Okay. So she had black cake. I listen. She's lucky. I don't know a lot of people that be eating that stuff around the year. I only have that at the holidays because it's so heavy. Okay, that's the only time my mom would make it. Child, listen. And then to top it off, Shenseea says she have peanut punch. I know. Wait, peanut punch and a can of supplement. She got to be trolling us. First of all, do y'all know what peanut punch is? Literally, peanut punch is one of the heaviest drinks that you can have. The joint is made from peanuts. It's fat and protein. That's listen. I can't. She had peanut punch and then she have a can of supplement. Supplement is actually a can, like it's kind of like a y'all remember like I'm trying to think of what else to compare it to. I want to say it's like Slim Fast, but it's not. It's like, what is that? What is that? It's like a canned supplement that you drink. It's a liquid meal. That joint is a liquid. Supplement is a liquid meal. Okay. So I'm gonna read it again what she had. This is why she ended up in the hospital. Talking about something she was holding farts and girl bar. She said, I'm not really greedy, but I ordered jerk chicken, oxtail, curry roti, and stew peas and pig's tail. And after I finished eating that, made it up some black rum cake for dessert and wash it down with a glass of peanut punch and supplement. Bitch! First of all, how you gonna be scared to fart around your man, but you eating like that in front of him? Girl, it's not making no sense. You don't think your man thought it was gonna be some fire ass farts after that? How the hell did this woman eat all this food? When I tell you everything she listed, with the exception of jerk chicken, probably is heavy. That joint is mad heavy. Okay, the chicken is the lightest. The jerk chicken, I don't know what I child. Oxtail alone would have did me in, but oxtail and pigtail, you know much mix up. I don't know about y'all, but I can't do it. I can't eat too many different foods at one time. My husband loves that shit, and he's skinny. Okay, he's a skinny man. My husband loved, listen, one of the things he became spoiled when he would go to my mom's house and it's the holidays. He loved that shit because my mom makes a lot of different stuff at Christmas. I'm like, listen, you're gonna get a meat, a vegetable, and a starch. That's me. That's how I am with my food. Not everything, but a lot of the stuff. I don't be making, because some Caribbean people, they listen, they be cooking down. They be like having multiple meals and stuff. I don't do that shit because I can't even eat it. I can't even eat it. Oxtails are good. I used to hate them as a kid, though. Surely she sampled. I hope it was a sample because I said shot. Zion said, yes, she's trolling because how you going to drink peanut punch and not fart? Thank you. Peanut punch alone is going to fuck up your digestive system. You're going to be farting the rest of the night, child. I said, wait, what? This has to be trolling. She trolling us. Kaylee said, the fat girl that lives inside me want to be fed well. Damn, girl. I will have washed the food down with carrot juice. Thank you. Exactly. I eat all that heavy ass food. Listen, it's gonna be some juice, it's gonna be some water. Maybe my ass is just jealous because I literally cannot eat too many different, like when it comes to heavy meats and stuff. I could sample like a couple and I'm good. And guess what? I can't do no oxtail and pig's tail and fucking jerk chicken. I'm gonna have to do some chicken and some fish. Maybe I can get away with a little piece of ham. This is at the holidays though. This is like not a regular meal. Like that's what I can get away with at the holidays. I just the things that I try to splurge on in the holidays are sides. I love stuffing. I can't really eat mac and cheese because I can't have dairy. But like I focus on the sides, and then if I want meat, I usually pick two meats. That's just me. If my mom makes curry goat, I'm definitely having some curry goat, and I'm gonna definitely have some chicken because I love chicken or fish. But I'm not gonna have like I don't know where she fit this. Some people's stomach is like she must have well, I guess she doesn't because she ended up in the hospital. talking about some. I had jerk chicken, oxtail, roti, stew peas on pigtail, and then a whole bunch of other stuff that definitely makes you fart and definitely will keep you full. Girl, I'm surprised you were able to sleep that night. Anyway, I don't be food shaming because listen, it's good to eat and I love eating. So don't get me wrong, but this is that girl was being extra. She was being real extra and sat up there and act like she don't know why she ended up in the hospital, and then had the nerve to hold her fart in. Girl, you better excuse yourself. But I want to poll how many of you guys put a one if you feel like you should be able to pass gas around your partner, and put a two if you're like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm still not. I don't feel comfortable because some people don't. I'm never gonna be like, because there was a lot of people in the threads that were making fun of people. It was like, oh, they're grown ass women. They should, some people do, some people don't. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. But child, I couldn't believe it. When I read that list, I said, this got to be fake. This has to be fake. There's no way you're going to tell us you ate all this stuff, ma'am, and you didn't think you was going to have some gastrointestinal problems. Like, really? That's crazy. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. In terms of drama, I really have pulled away from a lot of beef sector stuff, so I really don't know what's going on. I told y'all before, I'm sick and tired of seeing a certain person's name. Okay. I don't watch their channel, but I will occasionally watch videos that may be about them. And I'm like, Chad, she just the next thing. Okay. Is she just the next thing? Yes, that's how I am. I'll do that too. My husband still laugh at me. He's like, after all these years, you don't want to fart around me. I don't know. I just feel self-conscious. I don't like that. But that's just me. But I I'm always curious about. I excuse myself too, Kayleen. I'm like, nah. Um, but it's just child. I don't know. What else has been? What did I see? I'm trying to think what I saw. Simon Movement said depends. Well, not during the honeymoon. Yes, and this makes sense because she's just started dating this person. She just started dating this guy, so I can understand that. I can understand. You know what I'm saying? But you can get really bad. Like trap gas can make you feel like you want to die. I don't know about y'all, but that joint is like not. It's not pleasant. It can feel like somebody's kicking you in the stomach. So I'm glad she's okay. But I wanted to focus on that on her lineup because I said, "Child, where she fit all of this stuff?" But I don't wish ever room for that. I'm jealous, yo. But no, it's just a lot of stupid stuff going on, and honestly, maybe some people might get mad. I'm kind of happy that the beef sector is dying down. Maybe maybe to go away for good. But I see some people grasping for straws and shit, and they trying to hang in there. But shall I don't know. I don't know. I've decentered myself from a lot of this stuff and occasionally watch things, but it's silly. I don't know how many people celebrated the new moon. I think it was this morning. I think it was like two something. Um, yeah. I don't know. I did my intentions. If it's that bad, I will walk away and let it out. Exactly. If you was that worried, listen. She had a combination Zion movements. Her combination was deadly, so she probably needed to get away from that man because he was probably gonna die. Okay, from toxic gas. But girl, I just can't believe she ate all that. I don't know. Can you guys eat like because some people can eat do that like can y'all eat a bunch of different stuff and not feel sick? Like I can't do too much mix up stuff. I don't feel well. Everyone please order some vegetables and fruit seeds. Yes, for fruit trees, go to plantogram. They have just about any tree you may be looking for. Kayleen, y'all better listen. Yeah, listen, y'all better start growing your own food. I don't care if it's just in a windowsill in your apartment. Okay, you don't got no excuses. You don't have to be like, I don't have a garden. Grow something. Get used to growing something because the way things is going, baby, it's not good. So I love this. I always love how Kayleen be dropping knowledge about that. Also, did y'all hear about the solar flares? I don't know a lot about that, but did y'all hear about the solar storm or solar flares? I've been seeing a couple things about that, and I'm like, they're not talking about this. But once again, all we hear about is Will and Jada. Apparently, because I was reading about that, about how I guess it can like increase radioactivity. Like that's how it can affect us. I don't know. But I want to know if anybody else seen that because I saw that shit and I was like, why isn't this in the mainstream news? Because apparently it can create a lot of shifts in the atmosphere and stuff like that. and something about the Earth's magnetic field. I don't know. I would love to hear if anybody heard about that because I read about this last night and I was like shooketh. Excuse me. What else has been going on? I'm trying to think. Um, I talked about the Ukraine stuff before, earlier on before people came in. I was kind of talking to myself there for a little bit, and I talked about like how I've been so disappointed by like how there's so much racism happening in the midst of this that I don't feel. It's not that I don't have compassion for the Ukrainian people because I do, and I do want that war to end, but I just feel like I'm not going to invest a lot of energy trying to like bring awareness and things like that. I'm like, I don't know about y'all, but that joint hurt my heart when I heard about Black people and African people, you know, being denied access to get on the trains to leave. Like that joint hurt my soul. I'm not even gonna lie. That joint hurt my soul, and I just was like, you know what? I really can't do this. Like, I really can't. I can't handle this. Hey, Dorian is blessed. I can't handle reading about this, and so what am I gonna do? Like, where am I gonna put my energy? And I decided, like, no, I'm not gonna put my energy into. Like I said, I wish them well, but I'm not gonna be focused on this because y'all really out here. You, like I said, you're getting blown away, and you got time to be racist, deeply racist. It's sad. It's sad. I don't. Sometimes it's mad depressing. And then did you hear about did y'all hear about, I think it's the UK that's giving like, I forget if it was like, I don't know if it's just a certain amount of pounds of money to like the Ukrainian immigrants, which I think is awesome. But they don't do this shit for other countries. Like if y'all gotta pay attention to how they treat Black and brown people. It's not the same, yo. That joint be, I don't know if y'all paying attention, but that stuff be making me mad. I'm like, this is why, look at the different treatment that's happening. It's just sad, but that's just where I'm at. Like I said, I'm not wishing nothing bad on anybody. There's a lot of innocent people losing their lives, and I'm not for that. I will never celebrate that, and I'm not trying to say I don't care, but what I'm trying to say is this is not my battle. Okay, I'm gonna pray for y'all. I'm gonna send you good vibes, but I'm not gonna be on. I'm not gonna be powwowing and doing all this stuff because at the end of the day, a lot of y'all is racist. Y'all literally are like stopping people from getting on the trains to get away to safety. So I'm not gonna put my energy there. And maybe that sounds cold blooded, but I'm just being dead ass. Like I can't. Anyway, excuse me. So good to hear from you. Thank you, Miss Dorian. Thanks for being here. It's sad. It really breaks my heart. I'm really. It just really upsets me. I have the same sentiments about that war. Yeah, and I'm there, like paying attention to stuff, but I just can't. Buy the iodine plus liquid with potassium to protect against radiation. Ooh, let me take a screenshot of this. See, because Kayleen is on it. I didn't like some of this stuff. I'm not really into the I don't even know what is that. I can't even think about what area that is of study, but I've just been started paying attention to it. Excuse me, and I was like, what? I was like, Solar Flare. Thank you so much. Listen, Kayleen be coming through. But you know what I did? I had a very weird craving the other day. I wanted chlorophyll, so I bought some chlorophyll, and I've been drinking chlorophyll water. I just love it. I don't know why, but I just love chlorophyll water. And I think this was like a week or two ago. I just kept thinking about chlorophyll water, and I was like, this is weird. What kind of weird craving is this? So I got some, and I've been drinking it. But yeah, y'all better get on them planting stuff, okay? Get your supplements. Like, it's just a lot of stuff. And I hope y'all got your little stack of food because the price is going up. Make sure you have your dry goods. If you got a freezer, make sure you got your stuff because even if it's not a food shortage, why do you really want to pay like way more later on if you can have stuff in your freezer? You know what I'm saying? So those are just some things that I want to say. Don't sit and wait for it all to fall apart and crash and burn. Do what you can. I'm not saying you gotta go nuts. Some of y'all are probably already ahead of the game anyway. Y'all probably like pressure. We've been on it, girl. It's too late to be prepping now. But excuse me. I've just been paying attention to a few things, and there's also alternate perspectives to what's going on. Some people think that it's like deeper stuff going on spiritually in terms of that war. Um, excuse me. I hear different things, and it's very interesting to see kind of like what's happening and how things are being covered. But yeah, child, I don't know. It was something that someone talked about. Yeah, I heard about the solar flare, and what else? I swear there was something else. I can't remember, but it was some stuff that's been on my heart that I want to talk about. But yeah, guys, I can't. I'm drawing a blank on the other stuff right now. But make sure you're being good to yourself, doing your thing. Pay attention. Don't just keep getting fed the bullshit that you see that they want you to focus on. That's something I'm learning. Um, Not that I don't pay attention to current events, I do, but I always question, why is this being pushed? Why are certain things the narrative right now? Like I said, just like I noticed with the numbers, the corona numbers, all of a sudden you can't find no articles on that. It's just it's just the war, the war, the war. All of a sudden, it's like almost like they're treating it like COVID's gone. COVID is not going, y'all. It's spiking in different places. So I'm just curious about like how they did this hard shift, and this is what we're focused on right now. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. I would love to hear y'all thoughts about it. I would love to hear your thoughts. But that's those are just some patterns I've noticed that I've been trying to pay attention to. I don't have the answers, but I'm paying attention. I'm like, something seems fishy. Something seems real fishy here. Something's going on. Um anyway, child, let me see if I missed anything before we close out. I'm just gonna go back. I think I covered all of the stuff, but I'm just checking here. No, I think I got all your comments. I did get today. Sometimes I'm like way behind on things. But anyway, y'all, that's all I got for you. Thanks for hanging out with me. I had so much fun. Oh, Kayleen wrote something. I'm about to read it. Let's see. She said they sent out stimulus checks so that they can raise the price on everything. Oh my gosh. I didn't even think about that, and get all the stimulus money back, plus money they duped us. Yo, I didn't even think about that. That is so crazy. Hey, babe, I'm on the live. I'm wrapping up though. That is so crazy. Kayleen is on it. Wow. That's really wild. I can totally believe that. They done hiked up the price of gas and stuff. And somebody was saying, because I know they do get gas from, is it Russia or Ukraine? I can't remember. But one of those places are a source of gas. But it can't be like most of the gas. So I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like they use it as an excuse to upcharge and things like that. And then I was reading something that talked about how, well, if the gas is up and we're running low on gas, because something about they was going into the oil reserves or something, then it's going to affect food deliveries. Because I'm like, well, why would there be food shortages? And so somebody was making that connection about how, like, if there's gas issues, the trucks can't deliver. But there's been problems. Like, the supply chain has had issues ever since the pandemic. There's been mad issues with the supply chain. Like, there's stuff that it's harder to get or you can't get. You just kind of have to, roll without it. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all. I don't know when I'll be back, but I had so much fun hanging out and talking with you guys. If you're watching the replay, shout out to you. I hope y'all have a wonderful Friday. I'm going to put on the outro music, and then we're going to be up out of here. Keep your eyes open, all three of them. Let me see if I can find this. Child, StreamYard ain't shit. Hold up. What is going on? Okay. All right. Bye, guys. I'm going to play the music. Good night. See you guys soon. Peace and love, guys.